back here with a look at Nvidia. Okay, ever since I said that we topped out here, okay, this thing has not gone any higher. Okay, it's been, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks since I called this top in here. Okay, we had an ABC come in here perfectly on this daily. If we zoom in here a little bit, if we take a measurement on this, all right, take it one for one. Alright, I'm going to get this perfect, okay? And we bring our A leg down on top of our B leg. Right there you can see we had a perfect ABC correction in here, okay? So this thing went A, B, C, right? Perfectly, okay? Now this thing is starting to push back up a little bit. That's what usually happens after an ABC. Then you have a little bit of a push up, alright? So let's look at these RSIs on this thing. On the daily, alright, the daily is just turning up, okay? Now you can see on the daily the weakness that the lower highs on here, okay? That's what we have in price action too here. Alright, we ended up having, you know, this push up. We had this higher high, a higher low, and we had a lower high and a lower low, okay? Now we're looking for another lower high to come in here, possibly right there. All right, so let's see if that's a possibility. All right, we have the, like I said, we have that daily RSI heading up. Now it's running into resistance right here now on this last trend line that it was riding up. Okay, now it's running into a resistance area right at what, 450, call it $457. Okay, it's running into resistance. The weekly is coming down. Alright, you can see how overmaxed it was here, up at 89. Alright, if we zoom back here on this weekly RSI, alright, we pull the price up here too. Alright, match this up here. Okay, we had this high here, okay, in price, which is right over here. We did have a slightly higher high in price action here, okay, which that's what you want to see. Alright, right through here, but it seems like this is a resistance area for this thing on the RSI. Okay, you can see right there, okay, how it barely, just barely scraped above it there. Okay, alright, so the weekly, technically the weekly would be alright. Okay, you have the weekly coming down here. The monthly, alright, that monthly is right at the top. It's still bullish, okay, but I got some things to show you here. Alright, if we look at down here on the RSI, this is the relative strength index. If you're not familiar with it, okay, it shows the strength in the coin or the stock or whatever, and it does that by buying volume, selling volume, everything mixed in there. Okay, that's how this thing works. Alright, now if you see your high right here, okay, in price action, have a high here. That's this high on the RSI here, okay? And we move over here, you have this high right here on price, okay? And you have it right here on the RSI. Now over here we have a higher high in price and a lower high on the RSI. So on the monthly, we're showing weakness, all right? This is definitely going down. Lower highs on the RSIs while we're having higher highs in price, okay? Which is not what you want to see. Okay, so that's matching up for a correction here. Okay, now if we zoom it back in here, like I said, but that we still have that monthly is just bullish, 97.8 and a 97.1. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. The 12 hours just turning up. Okay, so this is actually, that's good to see if you're looking for higher prices. The 8, I think these all match up. I don't believe the 4 there. Okay, the 4 is actually, but you can see here how we're running into that resistance. It's going to have to break through that, or all them RSIs are going to end up rolling over. Excuse me. All right, so we are going to put a resistance line here on this thing. That resistance would be roughly right there, okay, at what is that, at $458. Okay, if it breaks back above that and gets back into this trend, okay, then it has a possible chance of running up here towards this high, and who knows what'll happen. It could have a shot here. So what is the high? 480.46. I don't know why I have my line way up there. I apologize. 480.46. Let's get that perfectly there. There we go. That's where we want that. And if you're interested in learning how to chart and use trend lines and RSIs and all that stuff, guys, I have a level 3 in my membership. You can join them. I'm going to put out one or two videos a week on there for learning how to trade, draw trend lines, use figure out cup and handles, falling wedges, everything I know I'm going to put on there. So if you're interested in that, you can go check it out. A basic membership's 99 cents. That supports the channel. I'm just a little tiny 1,300 subscribers, so every little bit helps, guys. And just a like and subscribe helps the channel a lot. I appreciate all the support I get from you guys, and thank you so much for it. It means the world to me. It keeps me doing these videos, that's for sure. A channel my size, if I showed you technically what I made as far as making videos, you'd get a chuckle out of it. So I do it for the pure pleasure of it, really. Okay, so every little bit of help definitely helps out. So alright, we had an ABC come in on this thing. This thing is trying to push up. If it breaks to 458 bucks there, okay, and gets back into trend right back up here and gains this trend line back, okay, that would be huge for this thing. It could have a push up a little bit higher then, okay, but with them bearish divergences on, especially on the monthly there, things aren't looking good long term. All right, I don't see it like having some major push to the upside here. I just don't see that happening. Okay, usually bullish divergence or bearish divergences or bullish divergences usually end up working out. Okay, that's part of charting, and you usually line them up with everything else, especially with the RSIs. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's get that off there. We have that weekly RSI coming down. All right, we have it maxed out up here. It was up at 88. The thing needs to cool down. It's still at a 77. So, and we have this massive gap down here, in the smaller time frames that needs to get filled at some time. Okay, you don't want to see Nvidia run up to $800 and then come back and fill this gap. Eventually it's going to fill it, whether it's within the next couple weeks or the next month, or you don't want to see it do it 2 years down the road from now. So you'd rather see it get filled now. Who knows? It may never get filled. I might be totally wrong, and this thing might shoot to the moon. Okay, I'm just giving you my best outlook on it, what I see going on, and so far, okay, that $480 there has been the top since I started covering this thing. I think I said 484 was going to be the top. That's why I had that red line up there. Well, ended up at 480. So we'll see what happens from here, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate it very much. Everybody have a great night, and thank you again.